hate how nervous I am.
Oh, don't be silly. She'll love you.
Mum!
No physical contact, please.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you, too. Oh, honey, this is my mother, Nancy. Mum, I'd like you to meet Danielle, your new daughter-in-law.
Well, what's the other surprise?
Something you've always wanted. You're going to be a grandmother.
The only person who can make any decent dough out of a dump like this is a bent screw of the top dog. I mean, all we'll ever be able to do is snaffle a few lousy bucks here and there whenever Connors is stupid enough to get herself stuck in the pound.
I see your point.
You do?
So clearly, in fact, I'm amazed I haven't seen it before.
I don't get you.
If I want to make money in here, and believe me, I do, then I'll have to become top dog.
Seatbelts, girl, it's going to be a rough night.
Quiet, Connors. I won't tell you again.
We want Rita! 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 We want
Back to the rec room, all of you. This won't do any good.
Who was in the chopper? Please tell us, Mrs. Pringle.
Look, I have no idea, so it's no use asking me. And Lexie, you know you're not supposed to be out of your dorm without an officer.
What are you going to do? Put me in solitary?
Well, you're certainly heading that way, my girl.
Oh, fair go! I've got to talk to Rita. What's going on? Who's in the chopper?
Well, if it's not the Queen of Hearts, it's one of her tarts, eh?
You're skating on thin ice, Patterson.
And you're all talk without your puppet.
The word is that it was Miss Ferguson, which means that Rita will probably be released. I'd be looking for a place to hide if I were you.
You're guessing. Could be they found Roach.
Who knows? Anyway, we've got better things to do.
Yeah, like saying bye-bye to the shortest-lived protection racket in Wentworth's history. In the world, not just Wentworth! Whee! So much for all your bright ideas. One day, that's all it was, and we're finished.
Don't underestimate me. Ever.
I wonder what she's telling Mrs. Reynolds.
Nothing that'll do us much good.
But Miss Ferguson's alive, and we didn't really do anything wrong.
We didn't do anything exactly right, either. I'll lay even money it'll affect our postings.
The place is going crazy. The women are almost out of control. Think we'll see some trouble tonight.
What about Joan?
Well, she's still locked in with the governor. Bet she's got a tale to tell. At least we'll really find out what happened on the boat. Joan will be out for blood, and not just the women.
Oh, pull your head in.
Have they been let out of solitary yet?
Mrs. Reynolds is reading them the riot act.
Bet Ferguson's got something to say about that. I'm going to find out.
No, you're not. You know the rules. I'll do some scouting about myself.
Oh, you give me the bloody irrits, Laurie.
Can't you find your mates?
What's it to you?
You'd be surprised. I hear Ferguson's in great shape. A little battered, perhaps, but in fighting form. She'll use this to finish Connors. You'll probably never see her again. She'll go straight from solitary to Blackmore.
You hope.
You won't learn, will you? I've told you before. A little accident at the right time.
You wouldn't do that.
Try me.
Lexie!
I thought not.
She's going too bloody far.
We don't touch Kath until Rita gets back.
If Rita gets back.
Yes, well, I was resigned to a night in the bush and I saw a fire. It was a team of surveyors. They gave me some food and radioed the rescue helicopter.
Well, I'm glad it's all over. Do you need any medical attention?
No, just a few scratches, that's all.
Well, I'll finish up here. You go home and get some well-earned rest.
I'd like to clean up and do my report first. I'd also like to know what punishment you've got in mind for Connors and the others.
Solitary.
And?
And what?
I told you what happened. They deliberately fixed the engine and the radio.
Can you prove that?
No, but they did it. And you've only got them in solitary.
For the moment.
Look, what happened on that boat was mutiny. Now, you throw in insubordination and plotting to aid a prisoner to escape. They're serious charges.
Perhaps we should hear what they have to say first.
Oh, what's that got to do with it? They'll only lie, as usual.
Just let them in, Miss Ferguson.
Oh, okay, Miss Ferguson. Glad you came out of it all right.
Nice to see you back.
We're very relieved. Yeah, we were a bit worried about you there
Come
for a
on,
while.
quiet all of you.
Just because Miss Ferguson's alive and well, don't assume the whole affair will be swept under the carpet.
Oh, I think they know that, Governor. I think they know what to expect. You don't intend to take any of that seriously, do you?
Not necessarily, no.
Not necessarily.
It was an extraordinary situation. There are bound to be different interpretations.
Oh, they make the whole thing sound like a perfectly normal sequence of events. Oh, so it's my word against theirs, eh? No, I'm not going to wear that. They plotted the whole thing and I'll prove it one way or another. You're also forgetting that there is still another prisoner at large.
I'm not forgetting.
You can't let them get away with it. They'll be heroes to those other women and discipline will be impossible.
Miss Ferguson, I haven't decided what action I'm going to take.
Governor, it is not just my reputation and credibility on the line here. This concerns all of us.
Reno sent him back to solitary. I saw him. Connors was spitting chips. I tried to find out why.
Well, well. The iron's hot. Time to strike. You're looking at the new top dog.
Yeah, terrific. Suits you. But even if Connors is out of the way, you can't just march around saying you're the top dog. They've all got to agree.
Well, they will. Believe me, they will.
How are you going to fix it?
Well, I think you should find it interesting, Vicky. Now, we have to find out more about Connors and Lurch.
Oh, no chance. Screws have been as tight as ticks. Unless you can get something out of Adams.
No.
Thought you said he was in your pocket.
He is.
Well?
The trick is knowing when to use people. He's already done me one favour today. Now it's your turn.
Not me. I'm not getting mixed up with the screws, not right now.
Am I top dog?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I wouldn't want to start by having to hurt my friends as well as my enemies. Shall I call Merle?
No. I'll find out somehow.
Good girl.
It's almost worse than the riot. They all know Roach has escaped, and with Connors in solitary, well, the rumours are running rife.
I know, Joyce, but I can't let Connors out. Put as many officers as possible on overtime. We'll just have to be prepared for the worst.
Well, that will help a little, but we are short-handed as it is.
Oh, this whole thing's ridiculous.
Well, what are we going to do?
Well, Joan is right. We'll have to get to the bottom of it one way or another.
Going to bring in the department?
They just have to.
But that means leaving the women in solitary even longer.
I've got no choice. And yet we can't prove that they had anything to do with the boat breaking down or Roach escaping or Joan walking off into the bush. It would just help if they're all telling the same story.
The only thing I believe is that they gave Joan a very hard time.
They always do.
Look, I'm sorry if you had any other plans, but it's only for an hour or two.
Oh, a spot of overtime always comes in handy.
What the tax man doesn't get?
Anyway, how are the women? They seem any quieter?
Yeah, a bit running out of steam, I think.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
That boating lark of yours really set the cat among the pigeons. Could have our first riot on our hands.
A little something else to affect our postings.
Well, you'll know tomorrow. Of course, I don't have any black marks against me.
Oh, that's not fair. We're only doing our best.
Well, the department might share your view, but I doubt it.
Miss Stout, I've got to see Sister Hall.
Can't it wait, McPherson? Sister Hall's got enough to do with all this golden staff thing.
But I've got this terrible migraine. It's splitting me in two.
No go. Sister's only seen serious cases. She won't thank you for troubling her with a headache.
You wouldn't call it just a headache, not if you ever had one. I won't get any sleep tonight. Oh, I've got some painkillers in my locker. I'll get you a couple. Oh, thanks, Miss Stout. It's the hot weather.
No drugs in the dorms.
They're hardly drugs.
You know the rules.
I'll come to the staff room first and I'll clear it with Sister Hall. Are you coming, Mr. Adams? To make sure I don't give her an overdose.
Freaks out for blood, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, they can't
keep us here forever.
Well, if the freak has a way, they will, and worse.
But that's not right. That can't happen.
You were clucking about being a grandma, Nance? Well, you're going to be a great grandma when they let you out of here.
I thought they could only keep us in here for a day.
That's all I thought we'd flame and we'll get.
Well, that's all Reno can dish out on her own. Then she's got to call the department to decide. Geez, but if the freak feeds her a line of bull and they believe her...
I reckon she's angling to get us sent to Blackmore.
But I haven't done anything wrong. I tried to play it their way, to go by the rules.
Too right you have.
Oh, if I'm stuck in here, I can't see Peter or Danielle.
Oh, look, don't go upsetting yourself, darling. It hasn't happened yet.
I prayed he might find the right girl, and now he has. I'm stuck in here. It's not fair.
Don't think about it. I'll get us out of here somehow. You got my word. Don't suppose you found out what's going on out there on your visit?
Oh, no, it all seemed the same. A bit tenser than usual.
It's because they need a top dog, that's why.
Oh, look, I forgot. Jenny sent a message.
Now she tells me!
I'm sorry.
Well, what is it?
She said Kath Maxwell's running a protection racket.
What?
What will happen now?
Not will. Has. War has just broken out.
Do you get many migraines? Only when I get tense. It's all the trouble with the top dog and solitary and everything.
And likely to be there for a long time, if you ask me.
Oh, here, take these. Do you really think so, Mr. Adams?
Well, it's only my opinion, but I think you could all be looking for a new top dog.
I don't think it's that serious.
I hope so, old son, for your sake, but you got to admit it doesn't look good.
Oh, stop stirring, Rod.
Well, you know what happened on the boat. I don't. You can bet some heads will roll, though.
Suppose one of you has got a good reason why there's a prisoner in this room.
Yes, Miss Ferguson. She's got a migraine and cyst.
Get her out, now.
Come on, Ferguson.
It's good to see you back safe and sound.
Thank you. It is good to be back, safe and sound.
Must have been quite an experience for you.
Yes, it was. I'll see that the book is thrown at Connors and her mates. Move it, McPherson.
Let me wait.
I told Delia she was doing the wrong thing.
You don't miss a trick, do you?
Not if I can help it.
Great. Can see you're going to go a long way in the prison system.
Thank you. I intend to.
I did it. I pulled a migraine. I got into the staff room. There's no love lost between them three trainees, I can tell you.
Never mind the gossip. What's the word on Connors?
Gonna rot in solitary for a very long time, that's what they're saying.
Who's saying?
Your mate Rodney, for starters. And the freak, especially the freak. I reckon we got the place to ourselves for quite some time.
Congratulations, Vicky. You've done very well. Very well indeed.
So what's next?
We move fast. And by the time we're through, every woman in the place will be begging for me to take over. Just begging.
It must be dead boring for you having to cart me around, huh?
Oh, no, you're special now. This dreadful heat isn't worrying you, is it?
No, my ankles are swollen a bit, but everyone says it's one of the joys of motherhood.
Oh, you'll be right. Creating a life. It's woman's greatest achievement.
Yeah. Isn't it pretty, Mrs. Pringle?
Oh, lovely. But will you be able to wash all that paint off it?
What do you mean? I did that to make it look better.
Oh, yes, of course.
Is he still playing up tonight, Lexie?
Like a bloody footy team on holiday.
Would you like to feel him kick, Mrs. Pringle? I'm sure Lexie wouldn't mind.
Oh, I never cease to be amazed at the wonder of it all.
Come on. Put your hand there.
Oh, I did. I felt it move.
Yeah, well, that's really great, but I've got to get me rest, eh?
Yes, well, you make sure you take good care of yourself now.
No worries. I was doing my best to get rid of her. Kath's up to something bad.
I thought you said you were only going to the toilet.
I did, but Ros was in there with a smashed-up nose.
How come?
I don't know. Pringle was in there, so she wouldn't say much. But on the way back, all the girls were slinking around the corridors in pairs.
The rec room was empty. I wondered why.
I reckon Kath's got Merle bashing people up.
Oh, Lexie, Kath wouldn't do that.
Oh, like hell.
Wish Merle trusted us.
I reckon we should have tipped that locker on Maxwell when we had that chance.
Lexie, if Kath is bashing people up, there's more to this than just a protection racket.
Bloody hell. I reckon she's gunning for top dog. We got them on their toes. Half of H-Block running scared. I thought you'd have Merle doing this.
Then you're as big a fool as the rest of them.
It's a hot night in the old block tonight.
Psst. Going somewhere?
G'day, Kath.
Silly. Wandering around this place on your own. Anything might happen to you.
Why, I haven't done nothing.
But you might.
From now on, what I say goes.
You bitch! Top dog will sort you out quick smart.
I've got news for you, and it's all bad. I'm your new top dog. Say it. Who's the new top dog? I didn't hear you.
You are.
I am what?
You're the top dog.
See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Now get out of here.
Another one seen the light? Almost too easy, isn't it?
You just have to be single-minded about what you're doing, that's all.
Well, what are we going to do? Beat up every woman in the place?
If I say so.
You're the boss.
And don't you forget it.
How much flaming longer are we going to be in here?
There's nothing I can do, Connors. You know that. But you'll have to be out in 24 hours, or Mrs. Reynolds will have to get in the visiting justice who'll decide the case.
Yeah, you're right, she will.
So just be patient.
Visiting justice. Jeez! What's up, Ray? Mrs. Pringle? I'm ready to tell Mrs. Reynolds the truth now. What? What? Shut up, shh. Right, she's gone. What's going on? Kath Maxwell's going for top dog. Oh, don't be stupid. It's true, when I came through and me tucker, I knew the bitch was up to something.
Well, she can't, not while you're top dog.
Too bloody right I am. I was elected, and no one's gonna bloody take it by force. Come on, Lurch!
You could leave that till the morning, you know.
I don't agree.
Well, you look exhausted, and for what it's worth, I can always think far more clearly after a good night's sleep.
But I'm not you, and there's nothing wrong with my thinking.
Sorry, just trying to help.
Well, don't. I wouldn't say no to a cup of coffee, though.
Right. White with one?
None, thank you.
Oh, here comes another one. You don't look too good either. Hit of caffeine for you?
Yes, please. It's all the paperwork this boat business has caused. I'm doing reports on reports.
Yeah, well, I've got another one for you. It was the only one worth reading. The unvarnished truth.
You mean the truth as you see it?
Since you're obviously tired, Governor, I will not take that as a reflection on my honesty.
Of course not, I'm sorry.
At the very least, this will put paid to any more harebrained schemes to let prisoners loose.
Yes, you're probably right, more's the pity. It was a constructive scheme. The department even agreed with that.
Yeah, well, they'll change their tune when they read this. And Connors and her mates will be wishing they'd never gone along with it.
I hope that report covers everyone, including yourself.
I was the only one who kept a clear head, if that's what you mean.
And lost a prisoner in your charge.
Oh, no, as you will read in this report. The number of prisoners was intact when I left that boat to go and get help.
The fact remains a prisoner escaped.
Not while I was in charge.
There's a Barney going on in solitary. Connors and her mates are kicking up a hell of a blue.
They're not doing much to help their case, are they?
For pity's sake, who's up there?
Marty and Delia.
Well, this'll test their mettle.
Those greenhorns.
Miss Ferguson, I know you've had a bad time, but we've got enough problems around here without your continual sniping.
I'm sorry I spoke, Governor.
I can make her start again just as easy.
Off you go, Del. I'll handle it. It's okay.
We're going to stop looking like this.
What do you want?
Oh, just trying to help. You said that boat business didn't do your chances any good. Well, when Reno hears how you calm this little racket down, well, maybe your stocks might go up.
Bit late for that.
Oh, it's nice of us to try, though, isn't it?
And?
Oh, just a little favour in return, nothing much. I want to see the freak, privately.
No way.
Now, you listen to me. You're pretty new here, but you're learning fast. We're stuck with each other, but we both want the same thing. Everything to run nice and smooth and orderly, right? Now, I'm still top dog here. So either you get the freak up here to see me without anyone knowing, or I make sure you cop your first grade A, #1 prison riot. You know me. I always keep my promises.
You're right. It's weird out there.
It's really ugly. Kat's got a gang together. She's bashing up every woman in sight, making them say that she's top dog.
I bloody knew it.
But the funny thing is that, Mel's not in on it. She's in a dorm reading comics.
She's keeping her in reserve. Oh, she's a clever bitch.
The whole place is falling apart. We're going to have to do something.
Oh, why have I got you? I could take Maxwell apart.
It's going to be the other way around when Kath and her gang come calling on us.
You're a wonder, Kath. We got a gang and half the prison's voted for you as top dog all in the space of a few hours.
I've got a gang, Vicky.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Well, as long as you remember that. But you've done well, all of you. We've only got a few more to win over.
Yeah, well, I reckon we ought to sort out Lexie and that daffy Lorelei. They're trouble, those two. They need taken apart.
Try that and you'll blow everything we've achieved.
What, are you sticking up for them or something?
Lexie is pregnant. Hurt the child and even Merle will be out for our blood.
Oh, yeah.
No one touches Patterson.
Then what are we going to do about it?
Am I top dog? Then you let me worry about those two. Getting power's easy. Keeping it's another matter. Lexie and Lorelei can wait. I'll get to them when I'm ready.
Just like old times, eh?
What do you want?
The walls have got ears, even up here.
Get in. I'll listen to what you have to say. But just in case...
Yeah, and you know how to use it, too.
Get over against that wall. Well?
Get me out of here.
Ha!
It'll be best for both of us.
It's got nothing to do with me.
If Reno keeps us in here for more than 24 hours, she's going to have to bring in a visiting justice.
And you'll be up the creek when he hears the facts.
Maybe, but we won't be alone. I wonder what he'll think when he hears the freak panicked and left us alone on the boat. I wonder what he'll think when he hears that you didn't go off and get help. You were running away, scared silly. I wonder what he'll think when he hears you knew all about Roach's little escape plan, but you did nothing about it because you didn't have the guts.
He won't believe a word of it.
Maybe you want to take the chance.
You pull a stunt like that, I'll see you in Blackmore for the rest of your life.
It'll be worth it. It'll be in your record and it'll stick. It'll be worth every day in Blackmore. It'll still be worth it.
Sorry about that. I just had a real craving for him. Oh, it's all right, Lexie. I know what it's like. Although I've never been keen on peanut butter and gherkin sandwiches.
Oh, blame it on the little one. Gets some strange taste sometimes.
Oh, he's going to be big, isn't he? Does he kick much?
No, never. I thought you said he was kicking all the time.
Yeah, well, he stopped anyway. It's going to be a girl.
Well, how do you know?
Mothers do.
Oh, gosh, I think you're lucky. I'd do anything to have a kid. Well, almost anything.
Look, is there any news on when Rita's getting out of solitary? This place is the pits without top dog.
I don't think it's going to be for a while. And there may have to be a departmental inquiry first.
Bloody hell!
What are they going to charge them with?
Oh, look, I think I've said too much already.
Oh, come on!
You'll be told what you need to know.
Peanut butter and gherkin?
I only said it so I could get out and get a look. See, a departmental inquiry.
Yeah, give Kath and the gang plenty of time to sew the whole thing up.
Oh, if she hasn't already. I mean, what if there's any real trouble? What if they send Rita to Blackmore or something?
Don't even talk about it.
We have got to face facts.
We could tell Marty and Delia. They're fairly decent. They could nip it in the bud.
I only have two rules. You don't cheat and you don't lag, even on a scumbag like Kath.
Well, there's only one thing for it. I've got to have to face Kath myself and she'll thank me for it one day.
What?
I didn't do judo for nothing. I want you to wish me luck and I want you to stay here.
The screws will be in here if they keep this up.
They deserve some fun. It's not every day they get a new top dog.
Now you've got to hang on to it.
There'll be even less opposition once I've finished with Connors.
Oh, g'day, Kath. I've been looking everywhere for you. What's going on?
What do you mean, love?
Well, everyone's been acting real funny. First of all, I couldn't find anyone. And then when I did and I asked them where you was, they all clammed up. You in some sort of trouble?
No, no trouble at all. Quite the reverse. Look, why don't you go back and have a read of your comics, eh?
I read them all.
Read them again.
I'd rather be here with you. Is something going on?
There have just been a few changes here, that's all. Has anyone ever told you the story of Cinderella? She was a very poor girl and nobody was kind to her. But then one day, she became very powerful and very rich.
I love stories. Tell me, Kath, tell me how she did it.
All right, for a treat. Once upon a time, there was a very pretty girl called Cinderella, and she was in a sort of a prison. Only the screws were really her stepmother and stepsisters. And they were very cruel to Cinderella, and they threatened to keep her in the kitchen for the rest of her life.
She has got a game. They are going to make mincemeat of you. Something's got to be done. Yeah, well, I'm not going to let you do it. There's nothing you can do to stop me. I'm sorry about this. Dad. Oh, I've been looking everywhere for a guide. Lexie's got this terrible craving again. Oh. Banana and Vegemite this time.
Oh, you picked some weird ones, Lexie.
Yeah, well, I was hungry, but I'm not anymore. It's gone away.
You said you were getting them every 10 minutes or so.
Oh, better to be safe than sorry. We'll get something from the kitchen and you can take it back to your dorm. Oh, come on. I'm feeling a little peckish myself.
Come in. You're still here. I thought I told you to go home and get some rest.
Oh, well, I'm not really very tired. And the way things are going out there, you're going to need all the officers you can get.
Trouble?
It's on the way. Look, I don't like the idea, but I think Connor should be let out of solitary.
But you were pushing so hard for them to be punished.
Oh, I still am, make no mistake. Whether I like it or not, Connor's his top dog.
And you think someone will try and take over?
Mm-hmm. They're at each other's throats.
I take your point, but there's nothing I can do. Connors and the other two are under department orders now, pending a full inquiry. Partly because of your report.
I see. But I think the situation...
I've got to see Mr. Watkins tonight. Now, I'm late already. We should get this sorted out quickly, but until then, they're to be kept away from the other women.
Oh, that was a real good story, Kath. Tell me another one.
Oh, not tonight, Merle. I'm a bit tired.
Tomorrow? Tell me when tomorrow.
We'll see. Now go and play with the others.
Oh, can I?
Yes, but be gentle.
Yeah, I like playing games.
Seen the light, have you? Come to join the gang.
I don't join gangs. I've come to stop you terrorising the other women.
Oh, really? We've been pretty easy on you, Laurie. Just pay your money and mind your own business.
What you're doing isn't right. The women should have their own free choice.
They do have their own free choice. They've all chosen me.
Not of their own free will, they haven't.
I really don't think it matters, Laurie, as long as they have chosen. Just as you've got a choice right now. Go back to your dorm or face the consequences.
I am not leaving.
Then I'm sorry. Truly I am. But there's nothing more I can do about it. Now!
What's going on?
It's just a game.
Can I play?
No, not this time.
Boy, it sounds like a real rough game.
Well, sometimes you have to play rough if you want to win, don't you?
Still hurting?
Yeah, yes.
Well, don't show too much, eh?
Too clever for that.
Look, I still reckon you should go see Sister Hall.
What am I going to say to her? I walked into a brick wall.
Look, you tried, Laurie. You were mad, but at least you tried.
I don't have anything to show for it, do I? Look at them.
Yeah, well, we might hear something about Rita today, eh?
You heard what Miss Stout said. There could be an inquiry. It could go on forever. I'm not hungry.
Neither am I. Come on. Come on.
That's great. Well, there goes the opposition.
Hey, Rambo, how about a few combat lessons?
10 out of 10 for courage, though.
Stupid, if you ask me.
I wasn't. A few aches and pains today, Laurie?
Get Nick, Maxwell. 4 to 1. Ain't you ever heard of a straight game?
No, and I doubt if the people who sent me here have either.
You deserve every day of it. You're lower than a snake's belly.
Well, you know what they say. Nice girls finish last.
Yeah. But it depends what you're racing for, don't it?
What's she on about?
Oh, the human condition, I expect. Don't take any notice. She's all talk.
Did you get anything out of Hickey? Not much. Screw shut her up. It sounds like Maxwell's coming the punch.
Bitch.
She's not going to get away with that. There's no one going to stop her. Well, she'll keep. No one heavies my mates like that. No one. Yeah, well, there's not going to be much of them left if we don't get out of here soon. You holding up okay, Nance? Nance?
I'm all right.
breakfast.
Sort of. Want one?
Oh, ta. Might as well build myself up.
What for?
Antarctica. There's this flock of recidivist penguins.
Don't make jokes about it. I'm worried enough about the postings as it is.
We'll know soon enough. Sorry, love. Wish I could help. Morning, Marty. Delia.
I'm sorry. I'm Nancy McCormick's daughter-in-law. They won't let me in.
Most people are doing their damnedest to get out.
I've got to see Nancy.
It's much too early for visits.
I know all about that, but it can't wait.
But there are rules. If everyone
Won't
just
they
walks...
ever break the rules? If it's important, really important.
Sometimes, yes. Why don't you tell me what's
No, it's
wrong?
personal. Please, I've got to see her. I can't go much longer.
It isn't up to us. Only the governor can...
Can I see her?
Well, probably not. Not just off the cuff.
We can.
Oh, could you please?
Well, if it's that important.
It is.
Well, we can't promise anything.
Just try, otherwise I don't know what I'll do.
It's very irregular.
But she's upset.
I think she might even do something drastic if she doesn't see Nancy.
Isn't that a little dramatic?
People often are.
Some people might think that you two sometimes allow yourselves a bit too much emotional involvement with the prisoners.
Do you think that?
Well, we all do it at first to a greater or lesser degree.
Is it an official complaint against us?
It's not a complaint, it's a comment.
Is it on our results? Have you got our postings?
They've just come through.
Where are we going?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you. They haven't given me Rodney's results yet. You'll have to wait till then.
Fair enough. Whatever anyone thinks about involvement, Danny McCormack is in reception and she's very upset. I'd be grateful if you would consider her request.
I will. He sticks to his guns.
Well, it is irregular. Are you going to let Danny McCormack?
I'll have to give that some thought. In the meantime, could you find Joan? I've got some news for her. She's not going to like it one little bit.
It's up to you to keep the women in line and don't leave any marks. Now move.
We're going to play some more games.
Maybe later, Merle. Time to work first.
Oh, it's too flaming hot.
Got something to say?
Sort of. It's all been a bit fast. I mean, nothing to top dog in 24 hours.
Are you complaining?
It's truth, no. I mean, last night was good fun. Best fun I've had in ages.
But
this whole thing with Connors hasn't been sorted out yet. And if she does get out...
You're frightened of her.
No, not me. It's just... Well, it's all been a bit fast.
Connors is finished. She's top dog of solitary now, top dog of nowhere. And you've heard the rumours. She's for the high jump. Blackmore even.
Yeah, but if she...
But nothing. If you thought I moved too fast last night, you're in for a few more surprises today. Everyone is.
No inquiry, no punishment. The whole thing's swept under the mat and I'm the bunny.
But you wanted them released.
From solitary, not off the hook.
I'm sorry, Miss Ferguson, but the minister's made his decision. And I have to say that I agree with it.
Taking their word against mine. That's the sort of support I've come to expect around
He
here.
simply feels, as I do, that everyone's been telling the truth as they see it. To accept your version as the only possible one, it'd put the whole work experience in jeopardy. None of us wants to see that.
You'd think differently if you'd been out there with them.
Whether you like it or not, it is department policy.
They've sold me down the river for a few votes, that's what it is.
They've left it to me to deal with Connors and the others, and in line with your recommendation, I am releasing them from solitary.
I'll fight it. I'll go to the department. I'll go to the minister if needs be.
That won't do you any good.
I used to think there was some kind of justice, but it's all politics, isn't it?
I warn you, Miss Ferguson, you're on your own in this. Don't do anything foolish.
Come on, Lexie, don't let it get to you. Give us a smile.
There's not much to smile about, is there? See what I mean? Well, you're supposed to be top dog and you can't even get someone to push the skip for you, eh?
Can't find anyone to trust, Kath. How sad.
I'd like to know what's going on.
But you can't even get to sleep at night.
No worries there.
You make me sick. Just rack off. What do you want?
I was thinking about a little friendship.
I'd rather slit my own throat.
Look, I've got no quarrel with you, Lexie. Even if I had, there's not much you could do about it in your condition.
I stick by me mates and Rita's me mate.
Laurie?
Like having me bashed to a pulp. Is that your way of making friends with me?
You asked for it. It was nothing personal. Look, I know the women are knocking you, but they're laughing on the other side of their bruises.
Yeah, I did put up a fair show, didn't I?
Well, how about it then?
Why don't you go do your scheming somewhere else? No one's supposed to upset me.
Outside?
Well?
I'll never forget what you did for me before my trial, Laurie. We could be friends. Come over to my side and help me run this place.
I don't join sides.
Look, I said we could be friends and I meant it.
No way. Not the way you're running this place. Grabbing for power, bashing people.
Look, all I want is to make money for when I get out of here. And if that's the best way to do it, then that's the way it's got to be.
You don't have to bash people.
It's all people understand in here, Laurie. I certainly understood that when your friends bashed me up.
Did they?
You're beginning to see my point.
Well, then don't you see that this is going to go on and no one's going to win anything?
We'll see. I'll ask you one more time, Laurie. Please, come over to my side. You and Lexie will be safe.
I can't do that.
Then I'm sorry. If you're not with me, you're against me. And I can't afford to let anyone get in my way.
We're all very relieved you're back, Miss Ferguson. Well, I know it's been a trying time for all of us, but to think of you lost out there in the bush...
Save your breath, McCormick. You mightn't have been after my blood, but the rest of your gang have got a lot coming to them.
Oh. Danielle, what a pleasant surprise. Isn't Peter with you?
No, he couldn't come this morning.
Oh, he's probably still lying in bed, if I know my son.
I wanted to talk to you, just the two of us. I hope you don't mind.
Well, no, of course not. I mean, that's the best way to get to know each other. Danielle, you're shaking like a leaf. Are you all right?
Yes. It's just that, well, Peter and I, we aren't talking to each other.
Oh, you've had a row. Over something very small and silly.
I don't even know how it started. He said something, and then I said something, and then he just blew up.
I don't really want to sound like a know-it-all, but sometimes it can take quite a while to settle into a marriage.
It's not just that. He spends hours sitting by himself. I feel like I shouldn't be there.
Well, that's what I mean. For the first few months, it's really like living with a stranger. Just talk to him. Make him listen.
Maybe I'm being pig-headed, but I don't think it's my fault. And I don't like sitting there feeling I'm to blame for everything that goes wrong.
You've had other rows? Big ones?
Maybe you're right. I'll try talking it through with him.
Good. Just give each other some time. Make sure he doesn't get away with too much. Come on, love. Cheer up. You'll both have forgotten about it in a week.
Oh, cut it out. You'll get me into trouble. Don't you want to give me a hand? No. What a mess.
Look, I've got to find Kath fast. Where is she?
Come on, where? I'm not going to tell you. It's important. It's not my fault the sheets is in a mess, and it's not fair if you dob me in. She'll only tick me off.
Look, I'm not going to dob you in. I don't give a stuff about the flaming sheets. Now, where is she?
She'll be back soon. Why?
Connors of Jenkins have just been released from solitary. And they'll be after my blood.
Why?
Look, that'll do. It's too bloody hot.
Come on, you're not even halfway through.
It's a waste of time, if you ask me.
It'll make it easier, I promise you.
Mrs. M, what's it like? I mean, don't feed me no line. Does it hurt?
Yes. Yes, it does, but it's worth it. 1 minute it feels like the end of the world, and the next you've got this pink, gurgling bundle lying there in your arms.
Yeah?
Yes, and for the next 20 years they yell and scream and turn your hair grey. Come on, get a move on with it.
Yeah, that'd be more like it, eh?
Yes, well, you won't be suffering alone. The way half of these women are carrying on, you think it was their baby.
I reckon it's the blokes who got it all sewn up.
You're missing out on the best of it, I promise you.
They're out. Mrs. Reynolds just let them out. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Morris. I didn't see you there.
It's all right. I presume you mean that Mrs. Reynolds has let your friends out of solitary.
Yes, that's right.
When? Why?
Just now. I can't wait to see Rita.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh, I've got to see Rita. I've got to talk to her.
There's plenty of time for that. Come on, back to these exercises.
Oh, fair gun.
Come along.
Here. I'll fill Rita and Alice in on Kath, okay? Yeah, well, you make sure you don't leave nothing
Just
out.
stop whispering, you two, will you?
Sorry, just trying to help.
Right. And you put more effort into it.
Ah, no worries, Mrs. M. I reckon things are beginning to look up around here, eh? Whew, 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 whew.
Oh, I think we're heading for a heat wave.
Oh, you're not kidding. Oh, my aching feet. We should get a penalty rate for mileage.
See Rod on your travels?
Yes, he was taking Connors and Jenkins back to H Block. From the way he was talking, he expects to be governor of Woodridge by lunchtime. That was a full packet this morning.
Was it?
Pretty decent of the Gov to let them out. Mind you, the minister made it easier for her. I reckon this whole boat thing will be swept under the carpet.
Probably a bit late to do us any good, though.
Yes, the damage is already done.
Oh, I thought I'd find Rodney here.
He's still on duty. He shouldn't be long.
I'll find him.
Mrs. Reynolds?
Yes?
Well, we were wondering...
Is there any news?
Can you tell us about our results yet?
Yes, I can.
That bad, huh?
That depends. Personally, I'm delighted to be able to tell you you've both been posted here.
Oh, that's wonderful!
I'll say.
I think so. Welcome to Wentworth, Delia. Marty.
And Rodney?
I don't think it'd be fair to tell you until I've told him.
The lucky sod's probably copped some plum job.
Yeah, but what about us, though?
I'm back, darling. The honeymoon's over.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when